You dig? You dig? Testing. Yeah, so what's up? Testing. Yeah, so what's up? Testing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Sonetta, come on, man, it's late. Yeah, but not just her. Yeah, Sai right now. Yo, Sai, get some sleep, bro. You're an older man. I know you tired as hell right now, bro. Damn. You dig? This guy's Sonetta, man. All right, well, look. Let me mute Sonetta. All right, for one, let's talk about that real fast. Hey, Rob, Rashu, and everybody, Sonetta's talking about progression in this country. And are we winning? I heard some of that with Pastor Bennett. So, for one, we are not winning, all right, in my opinion. Progression, yes. The simple fact that we can look a white person in the eye and cuss them out and not die, that's progression. Because that was unheard of at one point. You couldn't even look a white man in the eye, for one. You had to look down. They had laughing barrels that Dr. Claude Anderson speak about. If we wanted to laugh, we would have to go laugh in a barrel. So now white folks would love to hold on to those things and put us back in those days. We are far removed from that. You know, we can get a white person locked up. We can defend ourselves and kill a white person for the most part. And we could definitely sue one. So that's progression. And if you don't believe so, just because you don't see it, but those races definitely see that as progression in their minds. You dig? Those races are not proud at all. This is why they hate the government so much, because they believe that the government is aiding us in our progression. So the little things that we see and we don't value, they are very, very valuable. We just became very spoiled and complacent. So we don't know when there is a win. You dig? We keep looking at the people who are ahead of us, and we're looking at them and how they are winning. But they're light years ahead of us. So our win is our win. Just like an immigrant, or let's say the LGBT. When the LGBT get a law passed for them, that's a win, and they appreciate that. And they're not gonna take it for granted. if the feminist movement gets something passed for them or something in their favor, they're going to take that as a win and value it and celebrate it. And even like the transgender people who can got some craziness where they can go to like the opposite sex bathroom, that's a win for them, and they're gonna cherish it and celebrate. Everybody cherish their progression but us, no matter how small it is, because they understand that Kemet, a pyramid was built brick by brick. You dig? A pyramid was built brick by brick. So, they didn't just start off with all bricks and build a pyramid. So progression starts off brick by brick. A pyramid will come. We just got to keep building on top of it. But we have to acknowledge that we're building a base first. And by saying that, we have to acknowledge our progression. And to deny that is straight crazy. Now, Dr. Mayat called in and she talked about 99% owning, control of capital. And now we have 98%, 1% percentage. Okay, she's right. But that's a different argument, though. Pastor Bennett wasn't arguing from a financial perspective because, that's a complete loss. He was arguing from a more of, I guess you could say, political position. You dig? So, off that, Sarnetta is stuck. And most older people are stuck. And this is why I stay young. Because I refuse to be stuck in a mindset or an era. So I see guys my age still rocking baggy jeans, like super baggy jeans with Timbs and with their hat backwards. That TLC hat to the back, pants down real low. That's the kind of guy I want. That type of stuff. You got guys looking like that still. That song was like 98. 20 years later, dude's still trying to look like that. Or MC Lyte. Got a roughneck, got a roughneck. Yo, man, and you got guys living in that day and age with the screw face. So we got to evolve. So Rob Rich says most of our people make excuses to justify their bullshit, though, bro. Especially Blackology conspiracy. Exactly, bro. And this is why I don't respect any of them. The Blackologists and conspiracy theorists. I don't respect any of them. I can't. It's impossible. I cannot respect a conspiracy theorist. I just can't do it. Now I can be, cordial. I can be, neutral with them, but I cannot respect them. I can't be around them. I can't do business with them. I can't buy land with them. I can't do anything with them. I'll deal with them like I deal with the other nations just because I have to. But I don't respect them at all. I don't respect their mindset. I think they're lazy and I can't do anything with them. Yeah, that whole salt and pepper stuff. Yeah, Sarnetta, he's stuck, man. He's stuck. And the thing is, not that he just stuck, but he's proselytizing his thoughts. Like he's trying to force it on you. Like, yo, that's old thoughts, man. Like, dude, I understand you older than us. Like you actually probably witnessed Jim Crow. You did? We didn't. I'm pretty sure he grew up with that. I'm pretty sure he grew up in Jim Crow. Like he actually seen maybe the signs, or he's seen definitely the energy. For most of us growing up, we ain't see that. Like that was way behind us. So to force your life perspective on us 50 years later is unfair. And most older men, I'm gonna say from 40, I'm 42, but I'm not in this at all. I attract the youth. Most of my good buddies are the youth. I'm the only 42-year-old I know in a basketball gym being picked up by 20-year-olds, like their first, second pick. The youth love being around me because I have a young heart, young mind. But most 40-year-olds and older, and even some 35-year-olds are done. They are done. There's no talking to them. They're done. They're stuck in their ways. The white man's devils, the Illuminati, the Bilderbergs, the Rothschild, the secret files, that type of stuff. They're just stuck in that. There's nothing you can do to get them out of that. Yolanda, you said something in the chat, the Dagger Squad chat. I don't know what you said. Wait, what did you say that made me respond? Maybe you can clear that up and maybe I'm at fault. But what did you say? Yeah. Sarnetta is 100% blackologist, and he will probably brag about that. He will probably brag about being a blackologist. For one, once you say the word they are trying to get us. They will take your land. If you're talking with that they, I'm good with you. You're a blackologist and you're somewhere else. You're on the other side, man. We are not on the same team as far as progression. We're on the same team as far as, we in this together, but we're like moving along and planning, we are not on the same team. That whole they thing, they'll take your land, like all that spooky stuff. Dudes watching documentaries from Black Wall Street, they'll burn it down. Dude, that happened in the 1920s, to be exact, 1921. Like, will you stop? Come on, man. Like, a lot of things happened in the past. People got hung. You dig? That ain't happening right now. Like I pointed out earlier, and some other people past to point out, you could look a white person in the eye and not be hung or killed. Matter of fact, growing up, if a white dude called you the N-word, that was a license to punch him in the face. And I don't know about now, but when I was growing up and the white dude called you the N-word, you could punch him in the face and you was not going to be in trouble. You dig? So that's progression. Oh, damn. I'm scared to send a link because Yolanda, you're going to start that old holler shit. Mother, I ain't say that, mother. Mother, I ain't say She going to start that blackology on me. I'm afraid. Oh, man, you see my timeline, my next subject. Hey there. Good. Yo, watch Yolanda curse me out. Watch this. Hey, Chef, what's good, man? We got to talk about this York stuff. We got too many apologetics on York side. And Mujawa, I don't like the way Mujawa will handle that show, man. Like, he a lot of people start looking at him sideways. The link is right there. Oh, I sent that in the wrong Swazi. Hold on. Dang. You know what? Dang, why didn't you make myself a moderator? Yes, Sonetta, you still talking? Damn it, dude. All right, I'm gonna send a link right now. All right. Boom. Get that right there. Let's get that back right there. And let's send this link right here. Peace, Eunice. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, so we talk about all topics under the sun. You dig? Nobody's gonna block you. You know why? Because you're a moderator. So nobody's gonna silence you. I send a link. You could talk. You dig? This is not one of those channels where I talk over you. You say what you got to say. When you're done, it's my goal. Real simple. Whether I agree or disagree. This is not a channel where I'm the host and I make that, I got a special privilege. No, sir. No, ma'am. Nah, we ain't got to slow it down. Click that link and tell us about it. Click that link.
I ain't gonna be able to LeBron until the championship again, right?
You said. Hey, yo, man. Yo, my house messy as hell. Yeah, I got a Umar house. Let me share my screen. Yo, man, I got a Umar house, man. Like, I just been bugging out. Plus, I'm sipping, so I want y'all to see that. Let me stop the video. I'll be back. But yeah, man, but you see me with the business tie. Hold up, move out the way. No, what is that? Business tie, the pens right here. You straight geeked out, you dig? Let me cut that Swazi off. Jelani, you probably got unmute yourself. No, you're unmuted. Hey, Shepard, can you hear me? Yeah, I can't hear none of you.
We hear you clearly.
Okay, so Shepard tied up. So, Jelena, yeah, now what you were saying? Yo, Ross, you said I'm sipping too.
The beautiful Hody family, peace and power to the chat and panel. First and foremost, no, not what I was saying. I'm trying to get some clarity on what you were saying pertaining to me defending York. So here's my disclaimer before you speak any further. Never in my life, never in my soul, fiber being of me will ever, ever, ever defend anything that Dr. Mr. Pork York has to do with. I totally despise. I wouldn't mind if he sit and rot in jail for life. I wouldn't mind if he didn't have any life. I do not condone, have any compassion, energy for any pedophile, which I am thoroughly convinced he is by the evidence, by his own pleas and things of that nature. So, with that said, what is it that you were saying I was defending him on? Because now you're making false claims.
All right, so.
And I'm needing a public apology since you wanted to be public about this.
Hold on. So, look, you know me, I'm a researcher. I'm back at the Dagger Squad right now, and I'm looking at the chat. So I see you right there. I want to see when I started talking.
You didn't like the claim that we were making, not just me, others, but I'll speak for myself on the definition of organization and cult. Is that what you're talking about, dear?
Yeah, okay, that's it then. Okay, now check this out.
That has nothing to do with supporting York whatsoever.
Okay, so maybe I had that mixed up. But check this out.
Apologize for this statement, and we can move on because that was embarrassing and disgusting.
I apologize for the mix-up and the false accusation. But check this out. Now, so I'm gonna share. Hey, Jelena, look. I didn't hear you.
Where's the apology?
I said it. I said I apologize for the false accusation.
Thank you.
All right, now check this out. So I want you to see where I'm at right here. Okay, you see my screen share? You see it?
Absolutely.
Okay, now I'm going to go. So that's Chrome. I'm going to go to my Now I'm gonna share my screen on Safari. Check this one out. So I was already prepared to discuss this. So you see it? You see my screen share right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. So now an organization is a body of people with a particular purpose, especially a business, society, association, etc. That's what an org is. An org is not religious. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Chrome and show you what.
Actually, it doesn't say it's exclusive.
Okay, hold on. So, when we'll deal with that. So I'm gonna go back to Chrome. So now the definition from a cult is cut and dry. It says in modern English, a cult is a social group that is defined by its unusual religious, spiritual, or philosophical beliefs, or by its common interest in a particular personality, i.e. York, object, or goal. So once an organization starts to do these things right here, from that point on, it is called a cult. It is no longer recognized as an org. It has upgraded to a cult. I challenge anybody to find David Koresh, all these cults that were like Jim Jones, that was called an organization after it was called a cult. Same thing with terrorist organizations, terrorists. Once those orgs become or be identified as terrorists, they will no longer be ever classified as an org after that. They will be called a terrorist thing forever, right? Or I'm sorry, it'll be called a terrorist org, but it'll never be called a nation. So it might be a nation starting off. But once that nation becomes a terrorist people, they start to call it a terrorist org. So they're careful and very consistent with their wordplay because they understand what an org actually is. And I read the definition. But once you get into the cult status, that's it. you are the cult. So if you want to say org at all, and to be technical, yes, it's an org. It's an org, but first and foremost, it's a cult. So we should say the cult organization, so and so, so and so.
Semantics. Pragmatic.
No, wait, but it's very important to distinguish because we have organizations that are not cults.
That
right?
wasn't but that wasn't the argument you were making about distinguishing. I think everyone is very clear on the distinguishment of the definition. Thing that applies is, and it's fact. My example would be like the Taliban, ISIS, definitely highly organized cells and division, definitely an organization. And I'm sure in FBI papers, and maybe we can look, see, it's written that way, like, but aren't they like occultish religion extremist group?
Well, I won't say they're a cult. Well, they wouldn't be a cult.
Definitely a cult, unbiased.
Nah, they wouldn't be a cult.
Unbiased.
Look, I'm going to explain. They wouldn't be a cult. They'd be a terrorist group. A terrorist group is different from a cult. Okay, a cult. They all bow down and believe this one. This one. It says right here. There's this one particular personality. That's it. And it's more religious than anything else. A terrorist group is about that action. They're mostly political. Now, they can have a religious background, but it's really political. A lot of their stances and actions are based on politics.
David Koresh was based on politics also.
David Koresh was a definitely cult because my man, first of all, okay, now listen, I'm not saying they can't have politics involved. I'm saying like his movements weren't based off politics. It was based off the religious belief, of himself. And that's how he convinced that many people to go into that, Waco, Texas, it could be burnt the hell up. Now, the difference is, okay, now let's talk about Taliban, or let's say Saddam Hussein. Or no, I'm sorry, not him, Osama bin Laden. Now, he was a terrorist group. So those people really bought into the political activism of that particular group. Now, had he started acting like he was Jesus or Allah, somebody, prophet, they would have bounced on him or probably killed him. Because now he's going to some cult stuff and they ain't signed up for that. So people who sign up for a cult usually are like emotionally involved into the person or the personality of a person. A terrorist group, from what I know, are people who are caught up in the political identity or agenda of that group. So it's a difference. Like they don't worship the guy, or the woman. They worship the agenda that the group is supposed to, be fighting for or standing up for. That's a terroristic group. So they're kind of similar, but they definitely are different. So look, so you have the sovereign citizen people. Do you know that they are the #1 domestic terrorist group in the country, United States? Jolanda?
I am very aware.
Okay,
so
now, they're not called a cult though, because it's a political agenda. It's not based on one person's personality. It's based.
But David Koresh was considered a cult. It was listed that way. And
no, he was a cult. That was not a terroristic group.
Okay.
They didn't terrorize anybody. They was pretty much private. A terroristic group you're gonna feel their presence. The people is gonna pay. You dig? Or somebody. But
Anthony McVeigh and his whole
that was a terroristic group. That was not a cult.
Okay.
And that was the defining, what separated them again. When you're a terroristic group, you're gonna feel somebody's pain. Like you're gonna feel their pain. A cult, like they more so just affect each other. David Koresh, Jim Jones, they just harm each other. York, Elijah, all those guys, yeah, they all cults. They all just affect each other. But a terrorist group, they don't harm each other. They harm the outsiders, the public, the innocent, so to speak. But like you said, that's a matter of semantics. I could go with there is it is close for both. So yeah, so I was already arguing the semantics because it's pretty much close. They're pretty much similar. But I think that would be the defining moment that a cult usually just affect each other and a terroristic group affect the outsiders. Outside of that, they're basically like the same thing.
Got it.
So anyway, so when Mujawu said organization, or he was actually right, like you said, it's actually right. It's a cult organization. It's a terroristic organization. So he's actually technically right. But he was playing with semantics when he said both, because, dude, it's a cult. Don't say both. Like, we understand it's an org, but now it's a cult. Just like that org could be a terrorist organization. You dig? Like the Taliban, we just said. So don't say it's both, like, because he understood the question. The dude was just trying to get Mujawu to say it was a cult, because Mujawu was coming off like he was defending Europe. A lot of people felt like that. You dig? So he was just trying to get Mujawu to admit something that was negative against York. And Mujawu really ain't do that. He really said it's both. And when he did that, he was playing with semantics. Like, bro, we understand it's a fake. I don't know if it's a real org, but we understand it was supposed to be an org. And it was definitely a cult. So we don't got to say org anymore, because we understand it's an org. But it graduated to cult status. It definitely did that. You agree?
I'm confused. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. But I'm also confused on why we are so hung up on Mujawu and his feelings or interpretation, or like, not for nothing. We're talking about Dr. York. We're talking about a man who's committed some atrocities that are beyond me. We're also talking about someone who's proven to have doubled in lots of criminal activity, regardless of whatever positive contribution one might say he had on Black people, which I find absurd, because a lot of his doctrine was about some other stuff that had nothing really to do with African culture. And a lot that I've learned about the history and knowing different people who used to be in the Nuwapian sect send me things like the Black Book and reading that, like, totally crazy, but I also grew up around it. And it has nothing to do with Mujawu. Like, judge that man on what he did and let that be, like, I just don't get it. Is it judgment on Mujawu or is it on Dr. York? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, now look.
See it in the chat. Let me finish.
Yeah.
I'll be, I can't deal with, Mujawu. I'm like, y'all really are taking it that deep. And here's another thing, like everything else, this is social media and things can be microwaving very quick. I mean, yes, he's my SES teacher, so there are more opportunities I have to engage with him on a class level, to ask him, different questions or whatnot. But that does not take away from what the man teaches. Definitely I definitely would not place my judgment I have on Dr. York on him. But then also, you can't microwave it. Like, you have to understand where this man is coming from when he says certain things, and I've known him like 2 years now, so I've heard things, and I mean, shit, it's a life, like, and when he tells you one thing, it's like, okay, you can understand it, but do you really know what that was about? You know what I'm saying? When it started, so you can't judge something you have no clue on. That's just how I feel it. Dr. York is Dr. York. He did what he did. The man is where he belongs. Nobody else should take the blame for his stuff. Period.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you believe R. Kelly is guilty?
Do I believe what?
R. Kelly is guilty.
Of what?
Of being a predator.
Pedophile.
No. Predator.
Predator.
Yeah.
So, yes and no.
Wait. So let's just be clear. A predator preys on a specific prey.
Yeah, and I can have, I understand that. Like I deal with these issues, and damn. See, it's not so clear cut because see, it's not whether you're guilty or innocent is what you can prove and how much money you got and things like that.
Shit,
And sometimes I'm a little bit dismayed with this system and things of that nature. So I stand on that. But I think R. Kelly has some very explicit ways and do things crazy and is offbeat. And does he like younger women? Yes.
Okay, no. Does he like underage younger women?
I mean, from the evidence and what people have proven,
Wait, Aaliyah.
That hasn't been proven though.
Wait, so
I'm
Aaliyah,
just going by the law. That was not proven.
Wait, hold on. So Aaliyah is of age when. So now that was proven.
Okay, do we have concrete evidence that they had sexual relations? Because
wait, hold on. See, now you're going.
I don't know.
Hey, Jolanda, you're going somewhere else. This was just a very quick question. I said predator. I never said because you could molest somebody. Doesn't mean you had sex with them. You could grope them. So a 40-year-old man could grope a 12-year-old. He didn't have sex with her.
Listen, do you want to define the terms now or later? We can define all our terms now. So when you say predator and things like that, and R. Kelly liking younger women, there's other terms that he has.
No, I'm not saying younger women.
Sexually attracted, and that is the motive for his engagement with these women. Okay.
Wait, I'm not saying younger women. Younger women, I'm 42. Younger women for me could be 25, 20. Okay, I'm talking about
that underage.
Underage women, illegal. Underage women. Period. Underage.
I can't answer that.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
I know he likes them young.
Was Aaliyah underage when he married her?
I mean, she, by lawful consent, her parents allowed it, from what I understand. But I don't know much about that story. I just know what the news told.
Okay, so the little bit that you know of it, R. Kelly was a grown man, right? At that time, right?
Yes, but also I'm biased. Understand that. Some of the things he did is the same thing that Elvis Presley did.
Wait, I'm good with that. I'm good. Look, I argued against my boy. Me and my boy ain't really cool anymore because I was arguing. You're arguing
with you. I'm finna go back mute and just listen to you because this should be, y'all be funny. Last night y'all were tripping. That's the only reason why I joined in, and then you wanted to go to sleep. You need to hear the
last night. I didn't even hear you last night. I was already asleep when you got on there.
I know. That was terrible. But anyway, I ain't trying to argue with you.
No, we're not arguing. Okay,
I'm not an enabler. I am not one who agrees with any type.
I can't even get 2 words out before you cut. But
from men to women, whatever.
I can't get 2 words out with you without you cutting me off. But I let you go in, and you finish your thoughts and your sentences. I can't even finish a sentence. You're cutting me off because you're getting emotional. If you don't want to talk about it, then we can just drop it and talk about something else. But
I'm not really trying to argue with you, bruh. Seriously, I'm not here for that. The only thing I had to with is you saying that I support yours, and I don't find none of that funny. And I take it very seriously. And that's it. This is social media. It is the world. You're gonna be careful how you put my name and certain things in a sentence. Period. I have things that I do in my city, and you tie me to that man, and I just don't like that. So that's what I'm here to clear up. I really don't care about nothing else.
Okay.
I'm just keeping it 100.
Okay, cool. But you did.
That's how I do it. Be careful how you approach me. That's it.
I got you, but you did. But listen, you're acting real strange right now. We were talking, and we were sharing thoughts. We were not arguing. I'm calm. I'm not loud at all. Arguing is when you cut people off and you don't let them talk. That's arguing. I'm clear-minded. I'm calm. My voice is low. And you guys heard me argue before, where I get crazy. I start talking fast. You can't even hear me. I'm talking real low. I'm not arguing at all. I'm just having a civil conversation because I just want to know what you know. And if you don't know, you don't know. And we was talking about Kelly only because I was trying to get away from York. because I felt like we were talking about York, and then you start saying, well, it doesn't reflect Wujabu. And I didn't even respond to that. I let that go. And I said, all right, well, let me just use R. Kelly as an analogy. So to get away from York for now. So I said, all right, well, let me use R. Kelly. So then I said, do you think he's a predator? You said define predator. I said the predator prey on a specific prey. And then you acknowledged that it was younger women. I said, but not just younger women, it was underage women. And then you said, well, there's no hardcore proofs on that. So I said, well, what about Aaliyah? And then you said her parents signed off to it. Hey, Julanda, a lot of parents sign off to their underage children for money, especially in Africa. Like prostitution is crazy over there, from what I heard. And over here is no different. Like the Black community, we turn an eye away from our pedophiles in our family. That's a fact. There's a high percentage of women, Black girls, who are molested in their life before they reach a certain age. I think it's like 60%. Like it's above 50%. Like it's the majority of them. So when we had this conversation, and R. Kelly is somebody who has money, who can he's in a position to grant or let's say get Aaliyah's career going. So the parents just see dollars. The parents are like, all right, yeah, you can marry her. Aaliyah, you like him? Okay. I mean, yeah, and we got to understand, like I'm 42. So that means I dated a lot. I know a lot. So for me to talk to an 18-year-old, 17-year-old, like I'm going to manipulate the hell out of her. Like I'm going to be so just like you, any woman on this chat. If you're above 30, like a 15-year-old boy is no match for you. Like you're going to have him in slavery, basically, taking care of you. So what the hell is this? So that wasn't really fair. The simple fact that he asked her parents for permission, that's no different than Elijah Muhammad. The dude like 400 years old trying to marry 16 and 17 and maybe even 18-year-olds. And my argument against that is like, dude, bro, you're 80. You're 190. What? Why would an 18-year-old girl like you? That's because you told her you're the Lamb of God. That's the only way she would like you. So you're abusing your status. That's a if you do it more than once, you are a predator. That's what it is. R. Kelly has done it more than once. Malachi York had about 100 baby moms, from what I know, and a whole bunch of babies. So he had all these fake marriages, and I'm pretty sure he had a whole bunch of fake divorces. You know, you marry a chick because you had sex with her in those cults. You don't really go to an altar or any fake, like they don't even do a fake marriage. They just have sex with you and like the Hebrews, and that's your wife. And when you don't want her, you just tell her, you just break up with her, and that's a divorce. So he had mad wives and mad fake divorces, but he had mad real children. He abused his power. R. Kelly, being a superstar, singer, abused his power. Dude at McDonald's after school with all these little kids over there. I mean, like, come on, bro, you're R. Kelly. Like, again, I'm 42. Some people say I look a little younger. So if I dress up with some designer stuff on, and I post up where young girls are going to be, somebody going to look. They all probably going to acknowledge me as an old head, but one is going to look. And it's going to look and see, like, the value of what I have on and think that I'm a lick. You dig? So it's going to work. Somebody's going to, if I was a pedophile or if I was like a psycho, or, I can do that. And you got many people doing that. Chris Hansen had a show, How to Catch a Predator. R. Kelly was on there 3 times. Well, he looked like R. Kelly. Yeah, well, I never saw the tape either, but from the people who talked about the tape, they said it was R. Kelly, that the parents lied and said their daughter wasn't on the tape for money. But this is how sick we are as a people. Like we do this. And some of us don't even do it for money. Some of us do it because they don't want to expose their brother. So it might be the girl's uncle. And they love their brother so much they won't see him in jail, so they will ignore the molestation and say, nah, don't you dare, point a finger at Uncle Ricky. He ain't touching you, and he just having a ball. Like, this happens. This is reality. And R. Kelly is a pedo. You dig? And that's just what he is. He's a predator at the very least. And York.
Well, technically, he's not a pedophile. Different class.
Well, I'm saying for
pedophilia, he requires a different age.
Yeah, but I'm using it how we use it in the streets. Like when we see a clear older man, 28 and up, hollering at a 17-year-old. Now she's legal, you dig? But we look at that as yo, really? Like you're a pedo in our minds, in the street minds, you're a pedo.
Yeah.
Especially
man.
if you do it often. Like if you ain't trying to marry the chick, you a pedo in the streets. And like that's just what it is.
Hey, listen though, R. Kelly aside, man, like that Wu Job thing I was listening to, I was trying to get the Zoom link because like how I do now, I like to come on my PC. I need my phone to be free so I keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But I was disappointed, bro. Like ain't no way around it. There ain't but so much I could type in the chat because I felt like it. What was the big deal of him stating his opinion? You understand?
Right. Yeah. So first, Mika said, "Did we watch R. Kelly series on Netflix?" Nah, I didn't watch it because I'm not into like the pedo thing. You dig at all? Like I watched Dateline DC, that Catch a Predator stuff. That was funny, but anything after that, no. But Wujawu, I'm telling you, and I'm not speaking from I'm not speaking for my opinion. I'm speaking for the chat, like the energy in the chat. The energy in the chat felt like Wujawu believed that the case against York was weak, meaning that he don't believe that there was enough evidence
to convict
that pointed him as a guilty person.
Exactly.
And then he was saying, and then he said this. He's saying, but in spite of that, in spite of the weak evidence, he still said he was guilty, so he's guilty. So it's almost like the first 48, where they don't have evidence on the dude, but he snitched on himself, or he pleaded guilty just out of pressure. You dig? So
and he seemed disappointed that he did.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Like he didn't because I was reading this. Like man, I read people, bro. I see his emotion, how he was talking, and it's like, yo,
yeah.
When you ride with somebody to the reels fall off, you believe that person is innocent, bro.
Yeah.
When it be like messing with children, like if my homeboy messing with kids, bro, if I think he did it, man, I'm not riding nowhere with him. Like nowhere, bro. It's over with, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But if I ride till it down and we crash, oh, you best believe I didn't feel like he was guilty. You know what I'm saying? Like he was guilty. But he wouldn't say that.
Right. Well, he's already biased the simple fact that he rolled with him till the wheels fell off. You dig? So you're already biased from the door.
Exactly.
He was part of his, like in his own words, his defense team. So you were already biased from the door. So your opinion, like we take that with a grain of salt when you say, we kind of ain't feeling that from the door. Because, but keep in mind, we got to keep in mind that he's in the actual official cult. So I understand why he feels like that, bro. You were brainwashed. You were in a cult.
But he won't admit that.
Well, no, but he did. No, he did that. It was both. He did admit it was both. He admitted that it was a cult and organization, and then since he admitted that,
did he admit that it was brainwashed?
But you don't have to. If you're in a cult, you were brainwashed.
No. Did he say it?
Nah, of course, nobody's gonna say that. Cult members never
saying. See what I'm saying?
He has said it in so many ways. We've joked about it.
No. How about directly?
Yeah,
no, I mean, I've said some stuff in chats, and he'd be like, "Juju, you have no idea." So, I mean, for me, you can hear it, you can tell it. How can you not?
I'm just
that was a lot of his life. He helped build that compound. Are you kidding me?
I understand. I trust me. I could tell by how his affinity for it. You hear it when he speaks about it. That's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm not oblivious to it. Like you can, like you can hear it when he speaks about it. When he reminisces about it. So I know he has an affinity for it because my thing is this.
He talked for 8 hours about it.
When you separate the men from the women and the children, and you say, well, hindsight 2020, that's a red flag. Hindsight, that's not hindsight 2020. Like that's 2020 clear vision. Like I'm not separate. Like that's a clear red flag. If somebody seeks to separate me from my daughter,
Oh yeah, that's red flag all day.
Like you don't say that's hindsight 2020. You say, you know what, I missed that. I wouldn't. I was, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You say, but I would look up him and say, you know what, look, man, there's some things I just, my head right. I overlooked some things. Now looking back on it, man, I can clearly see this. I can clearly see that. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what I got for. That's why when I typed in the chat, I said, Chuck has distanced himself from it, but you haven't. I wouldn't mean like you're not on the whopping anymore. That's why I kept saying drop the link because he kept saying I'm not in the whopping hole. I'm like, no, like you still seem like you're emotionally connected to him. Whereas Chuck is like, yo, he did it. He guilty.
Right.
The dude is this, the dude is that. Wuja don't speak like that about Dr. York. He's very delicate about what he says. He'll tell you the facts.
Yeah, right.
How he feels.
Now, he kept saying
neutral when it comes to the subject. He shows no emotion or intent either way, and I think it's just methodical.
That is problematic, Juju, bro. Like,
let me sneak
on a psychological level.
Yeah, let me sneak in one word. So he kept saying that
differently.
He kept saying that you could do your own research, and Morpheus kept saying what I always say. There's no such thing as do your own research because anybody can do that. That's why we all messed up now by doing our own research. It's pseudo. You know, a lot of our links be pseudo as hell. It's not about doing your own research. It's about doing correct research because I can do research right now and I could get all the fake facts about Dr. York. I could get it from a straight bitter ex-member, you dig? And I could read his blog and get all this information from it, and there you go. That's my research. So, but Chuck Mason, whatever his name is, Chuck Morgan and Wujawa had already did the research for us. They did it like a long ass like what you call it, a trilogy on this thing. You know, it was ongoing. So we got all the information, and all the information they brought forward. The dude is guilty. It's flat out. So they've done the research for us, and it's enough for us to say guilty. So and then Wujawa said some funny words. Like he said, it was the 12 jurors' opinion. Opinion? What? I thought it was little.
So is this Wujawa on trial, or are we talking about York? Because the thing that York guilty or not. So
yeah, Juju, we're not like we're
not. I'm talking about
we talk about the overall situation.
I'm talking about. Well, let me just say what I'm saying though, because I was cut off. I'm saying that he's clearly emotionally tied. He said the word. It was their opinion. When do the jurors have an opinion, bro? We are scientific literate. Opinion is based off nothing. They had a theory. Theories is based off evidence and facts. They were presented with evidence and facts, and they made a theory, or they were given a theory of what happened by the prosecution and the damn defense team. They were given theories based upon the facts. No damn opinion. It was based off the evidence, and they concluded, like we concluded, guilty. There's no mere opinion. If you make an opinion, it's based off nothing, and you could be wrong.
And the thing about it is this, like the people in the community look up to Wuja. You are a primary source for what happened. You got all the research. You were in the case, so your opinion is valuable as to his guilt. So if the people come to you in the community and say, "Hey, what is your opinion?"
Right,
and you tell them like basically, look, get your scholarship up. You feel me?
But Chuck Morgan has a website that's 24 hours accessible. And I'm thinking, I'm playing devil's advocate. And yes, you know, that's my homie Wujao. I would say that. But as far as like, you know, just go look it up. Like, yes, they did the extensive research and it's out there clearly. You know, I think that's more of like they've been regurgitating this over and over again for years. And that gets tiresome and they just want to move on to other things so we can grow and evolve.
Now,
Okay?
but Wujawu has
That's
said
kind of-
continuously, he said even in the beginning, people always ask me my opinion. They've asked me my opinion, and I've never told them my opinion.
Right. He did say that.
I've always tell them, you go look, you do the research, and you make your own opinion. That's what he said.
Wouldn't that be a critical test to our critical thinking?
No.
Because we get
No,
stuck.
come on, man.
Listen,
No.
we get
No.
stuck in personality worship and worrying about his opinion, whether
he is a
the
primary. This is not a he is a primary witness. He has inside information. Huh?
Wait, Yolanda, he has, okay, if that's his stance, then that got to be a stance all across the board. Because when he's talking
everything,
when he's talking about other things, he doesn't say, here's the evidence. Here, Kemet is not spooky. No, he tells us his opinion. He says they didn't believe in that crack, you know, literally, which they did.
Death.
Right. So he doesn't give us the facts when it comes to Kemet believing in all that spooky shit. He tells us his opinion. You know, and most things that he talks about, even the Greenberg thing, debating double X, he gave us his opinion. Now, when it comes to York, there's no opinion. Just take the evidence and draw your own conclusion. If you're going to do that, you got to be fair and do that across the board. You can't just say everything I say is opinion based except for this.
Okay, I'm biased.
Yeah, and that's like I said, that's why I was trying to get in. I was trying to get in so bad. But I'm like, yo, give me the Zoom link. That's why I was talking in chat. I'm like, this is crazy. You know
I don't want
like, this is crazy.
Look, hey, Sosa, I don't want the link because on the Dagger Squad, I've been there before. You get cut off. Like it's no real order there, bro. People cut
you know,
off.
Because Garfield wasn't there, you know. I'm trying to slip it. Garfield was there. Even
even when Garfield was there, it's still chaotic, bro. I called in.
Yeah, I feel you.
There, and it's still been chaotic. So that's why I don't even call in to, like, you know, I might just make a statement. That's about it. I get off, but I'm not wanting to dialogue with anybody because it's not a platform where people want to hear you out or you're able to get heard out thoroughly. Like you get cut off immediately and it goes somewhere else.
You don't do it often. That's why I was like, you know what? Boom. I'm like, man, I'm like, man, what? You know, I'm like, anybody got any questions? I'm like, you know what I mean? And he kind of misconstrued what I said in chat. So I wanted to clarify it, you know what I'm saying? About separating from the Nubians. He took it as a literal separation. I'm talking emotional connection. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to clarify what I meant by my statement in the chat. But I mean, it's not like it's not like we're blaming Wuja for what happened.
Nah. I'm definitely not doing that.
We're just disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed how he relayed the information.
No different. Sosa and Jelena and everybody listening. Rob Bourne would tell y'all, like, first of all, I agree with Rob Bourne, like 99% of things he talks about. But when he talks about that 5% doctrine, he'll tell you I'm his biggest critic because I believe he be shucking and driving, explaining that foolishness. Because I used to be a 5%er, and I believe that Rob Bourne is, in my opinion, misrepresenting or misleading people about what really goes on in that religion. So, and he'll tell you that I'm his biggest critic. And even when Garfield will tell you that we got off on a bad start when he was like going against Ados. So I'm like that, like, and me and Unc go at all the time. So Jelanda, I'm like that where I can be cool with you, but I don't let scholarship, you know, I don't take friendship over scholarship. So if I believe you're wrong, I'm gonna call you and we're gonna argue until we sort this thing out. And we still gonna be cool afterwards, but I just gotta argue that. So I believe Wujawa was speaking from a biased perspective. He was emotionally tied, but I'm not saying he was guilty of anything. I'm saying York is guilty. York is the one, you dig? And his wives, who also pleaded guilty with him.
100%.
Yeah, they are involved. Not Wujawa. Wujawa had nothing to do with all that type of stuff. Wujawa had pure intentions. Like he really believed that was going somewhere, you know, positive and constructive. Right.
He bought all the way in. He bought
Yeah.
all the way
Yeah.
in. And
Same way he brought all the way in with this Kemet shit. It's a
I cannot.
personality trait. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? A religious
I feel you.
person,
Go ahead. Yeah.
a religious person just believes in religion. He can go from one religion to the next. You feel me? He has what you call a believing mind. You know what I mean? You gotta break that cycle. You know what I mean? Like,
some people can't break it. It's mental. You can't.
Yeah,
you
it's
know what I
mental.
mean? Like
Like-
certain people are just wired that way.
Speaking on that, I think that's something that I really think Unc should talk about. When you talk about beliefs, like why do we even believe? Is that something that's, you know, a preset mechanism and things of that
Yeah.
nature? I've been doing a lot of
It is.
research on that, and it's very interesting. Like one of my theories, because I deal with behavior and science on a social level with children, and you know, we always talk about like children don't really know God until, you know, the parents or whoever they're around or their environment kind of teaches that. But you also have to understand that when you're talking about cognitive development, things of that nature, children make believe stuff. So this idea of belief doesn't have to be a collective, it could be an individualistic thing also. So when we're talking about these ideals about belief and God, like I be trying to get to that evolutionary point of where that started and how that developed. And you know, there are some significant lectures and research to show that, you know, these things did develop in that whole kind of belief system. And God, the one last lecture, article I read, is like a default for that cognitive, those cognitive mechanisms in development for many things. So, you know, we are built a certain way for certain things, and that had a lot to do with our brain development. So I really want us to get into that more so people can understand and get it, really get it. So it is science.
You spitting
into
facts
it,
though, Jolanda.
I know. I mean, I say what I know, you know.
Listen, I'm into it, right? And that science that you're looking for is neuroscience, right? You get the neuroscience, neurobiology, right? A good person to listen to that speaks on the subject. His name is oh my God,
Andy Thomason.
Another guy is like he has a book called Why Zebra Don't Get Ulcers. You know what I'm saying? He's a neurobiologist. He works at Stanford, and you can actually go online in Stanford. He has a whole class where he breaks. It's like a 25 video lecture series. The name slipped my mind right now.
White or black? White or black?
It's a white dude.
All right, he with that white history, man.
And he gets into and he gets into it, and he gets into talking about because he deals with the brain, the mind, the fear, the amygdala. He deals with the brain, how it responds, and he talks about how religion developed, how your environment creates your culture, and your culture creates your religion.
Yeah, Uncle actually gonna do something on that.
One of my favorite definitions for culture, and this, I mean, I took criminology, but it was a lot to have to do with a whole bunch of other aspects, sociology, you know, anthropology, history. But culture is any and everything man superimposes on nature for survival and well-being. That is one definition. A lot of them have evolved. So, I mean, all those things are interrelated.
Yeah, and your culture shapes your God. That's why if you go to the rainforest and you see those people, they don't have a fear of somebody coming taking their rainforest away. So their God will be peaceful because they got all the food they need. But now if you go to somebody in the desert, in that culture, where they got nomadic herders, where somebody can literally come overnight and take your food.
Correct.
You're going to be violent because you have to have retribution. You see what I'm saying? And that's that all that goes into your belief and your mindset.
Yeah, let me get back on that full York for a second. All right. This dude, Chuck, what's his name? Is it Mason or Morgan? I keep mixing them up. Well, which one is he?
Morgan.
Chuck Morgan.
Chuck Morgan.
He told me that York wasn't a follower of Nation of Islam. Now I think he got that wrong because I said, dude, I don't know about that. I think he got that wrong. For one, York told on Yakub. For two, he teached the mother plane. He teached the NOI doctrine, basically. So I'm like, look, I don't know if he got that right. I think he got that wrong. I could recall him saying he was in the Nation at one point and he got kicked out.
Maybe he meant a devout follower because
Okay,
Dr. York
because
he
I
skipped around.
I think
He's a man of many hats.
Yeah, I think he, but like his core doctrine is Nation as far as the mother plane, and he definitely taught Yakub. And the whole white man's a devil thing. That's straight Elijah all day. But anyway, nevertheless, York separating the women from the men. He got that from Elijah Muhammad, and Elijah Muhammad got that from the Indians who did. I think it's called the Sikh Indians. Like they did that first, but they separate the men from the women doing like spiritual practices. And Elijah Muhammad got that from them. And York got that from him. But your agenda is different from Elijah Muhammad's. Elijah Muhammad did it, he explained it differently than what Chuck did. Elijah Muhammad said they separate the men from women because the men be staring at the women. Or you be talking to your wife during the the lecture or the sermon, whatever, and you'll be distracted. So that was Elijah Muhammad's only reason for separating the men from women, because he felt like you'll be distracted, probably talking to your wife about things at home, you're picking up the conversation. And he felt like the women should be with the women, the men should be with the men. Just for that sermon. That's it. Once that sermon over, it's all good. You start mingling and everything like that. So when York took it a step further, well, first of all, when he took it a step further, he was wilding. People start getting beat up. From what I heard from people, ex-members, you get beat up, you ain't sell or make a certain amount of money. Like, that's already cultish. Then the dude takes you from he wants to isolate you. Put you in the land by yourself with him. And he's the authority. He's the walking word. Those are all just red flags. If it's not already, see, for one, he should already had a doctrine where he can't be the walking word. This is the doctrine. That's it. Anybody go away from this, just off. He's the walking doctrine. So he could change and add and flip stuff. That's a cult. And all these leaders, they have a bunch of wives, they have a bunch of children, and most of them become pedos because you had that much power. I just don't see how, we could think different.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. And a guy named too, Jelena, Robert Zapolsky. You can check him out, bro. Like, he's at Stanford. Like, he's really dope. We do real good lectures.
Put the link in the back chat for me, or something.
Yeah, put it in the chat so everybody can click it. Yeah. So again, I was just repeating the sentiments from the chat because I already talked to Unc off, the record, and we talked. Even Unc wasn't satisfied with Ujaba. Like, we both thought he should have just said what he said and just ended it, and just let people say what they want to say and just maybe change the topic, whatever.
He couldn't stop talking.
Yeah. So like even Uncle was displeased with that. We felt like he definitely was
Came back.
Yeah, like he couldn't leave it alone. But listen, that's normal. I talk about Rob Bourne can't lead the nation. 5% is alone. You dig? He keep talking about it. You got some people who are with the Hebrew Israelites. Although they're out the org, they still won't talk about the founders. They won't get on the founders at all. Like, they just got 24/7 respect for them. And some people with Elijah Muhammad, although they disagree with some things, they would never say Elijah killed Malcolm X or had anything to do with it. You dig? Like, they're straight loyal, even though they're out of the mosque, disagree with Farrakhan, they would just hold on to certain things. And we Black people, we suffer from that, man. Like, we get caught up on personalities. They can never be wrong. They're perfect. And that kills us. So that whole dream of we're going to come together and beat up somebody, the white man or whatever, it's all retarded talk. We're spooky as hell. We act like the drug dealers are credible. You dig? Like these dudes selling crack, and we're afraid to shun them.
Right. We make excuses for them niggas. We make excuses for that lifestyle.
Yeah, this is what we do. Like, and like this, like they're celebrity to us in the hood.
Like, and I always found myself being victim to that, and I had to catch myself because my friends would use that shit against me. You feel me?
Right.
They used to be like, yo, but nigga, just because you know, work and shit now, you act like you ain't never, you feel me?
You're
And
right.
that shit used to check me, you feel me? Like they used to pigeonhole me to that shit. Like, yo, you ain't here preaching this shit when, you feel me?
Yeah.
You pulled a couple of us off the porch. You feel me? I wouldn't have been, yo, it's crazy. And they try to pigeonhole you to that shit. Like, and I had to learn, like, yo, but I know that shit wrong now. Like, I knew it was wrong then. Y'all didn't. You feel me? Y'all whores just was scared to go to jail. You know what I mean? And once y'all got enough heart, y'all decided to come off the porch. You feel? I knew the shit was wrong then, and now I divorced myself from it. I can tell y'all just how wrong it was. You feel me? Like, like, and like they act like I can't speak against it, but I be like, yo, I can speak even harder against it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like that,
Yeah,
man.
I
Go
go
ahead,
through the
yo.
same ish, right? I go through the same ish, right? But and like I said, a lot of folks I pull out the porch too, and you know, but I tell them like this, you know what I mean? Because they be wanting me to come by, you know what I mean? I be like, listen, you know, I done left that life, like I ain't coming to no spots, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta catch me in the streets now, bro. Like I'm completely away from that lifestyle now. Like I don't want to, like you know what I'm saying? So they used to get me with the same thing though, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't say nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I made this vow, like yo, like it gonna end with me though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was gonna,
And I don't defend the
certain shit
shit.
I'm gonna take grave. Yeah, I don't defend it. I don't even talk about. Like I reminisce was some part that been there with me, but I don't talk about it to other niggas who ain't even seen it. Cause I don't even glorify
I'm a whole
that.
nother person.
Like if you ain't been if you ain't been there to see me with me, like we can't even have them type of conversations. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I know exactly how that is though.
Yeah.
Because even in talking about it is a glorification.
Right.
You feel me?
Exactly.
Even in talking about it, if you did something in your 20s, right? Your 20s is like it's like a golden age. It's a part of your prime.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, so you're gonna talk about it in good terms.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like we wasted our prime doing some dumb shit. You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard to get around your friends and not reminisce about that shit. And they think you still glorifying that shit, like because they still in it. Like, nah, my nigga, I ain't. But that if we talk about those wonder years, I gotta reminisce with y'all. You feel me? Because I went through it with y'all. It's still a part of my life. But like I know the shit was wrong, yo. Like, come on now, yo. Like, other than talking about, like, I go into detail. Like, certain situations y'all gotta relive. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it made you who you are, and it's like some of the most memorable times. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you can't get away from that. But
It's funny. It's funny because I got a different background. Like I'm not known for that because I was into that. So I'm like more known into like the conscious brother because I had joined the Nation of Islam on my boys. So my boys is kind of wild, but I wasn't. But I used to be around them. But I used to be around other wild people and like around the projects, whatever. So when I joined the Nation of Islam, they looked at me as the good brother. So you know, like a Minister Society, that black dudes. When I come around. You do. I come around, I get some wisdom.
Hey, but the truth be told, and Sosa probably can attest to this, I was always looked at as the conscious brother. Like I was
Yeah.
always looked at as the thinker. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Like they
That's
always
why
used to
people
crack
will follow
on me,
you.
huh?
That's why people will
Because
follow you. They be like, "This nigga,
yeah,
you the smart
and
nigga."
I always was a reader. Like my parents, like we always been Muslim. You dig what I'm saying? So in the 80s and 90s, if you was a Muslim, people thought you was smart. You feel me?
Yeah.
At least they knew.
Hell yeah, you know that's fact. That's a fact.
Knowledge of self.
because
Knowledge of self.
yeah, because at least they knew you were reading. You dig what I'm saying? Like even in
Yeah.
school, the teachers in them will look at my name, they'll see my parents, you dig what I'm saying? And they'll automatically, you know, put certain
good
things
child.
on me that they didn't put on other students.
Yeah.
Like if they seen me do certain things, they'd be like, come on, I know you know better. You dig what I'm saying? Like, yo, but I'm a kid. You feel me? Like, yo, I want to do fuck ass kid shit like the other kids. Like,
yeah, that's 100% fact. When you claim to be Muslim, the standard is higher.
yo, it's crazy, yo.
Yeah, way high, way high.
I couldn't dare drink some wine. I couldn't dare curse. I'm like, damn, I gotta be perfect.
Yeah.
Like if
look at it be so strict.
Look, if a chick walk by, I better not look back. Everybody can look back but me.
Yeah, shit real, yo. I went through that shit my whole life, yo. You know what I mean? Like being held to another standard. You feel me? But I respect it. You feel me?
Yeah.
I respect it. That means that people are looking up to you morally. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I always had to, no matter what, if a situation broke out, right? I always had to be the voice of reason. You feel me? And niggas actually came to me for that. You feel me? That, yo, what should I do? You feel me? Like, yo, how should we carry this situation? You know what I mean? And sometimes I was the youngest dude, and they'd still wait for me to, yo, you know what I mean? Like, even now today, it's crazy because the chick that was on Garfield before all of that shit started happening, right? She was talking about how credit was bad. You remember the chick, Sosa?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was talking about how credit was bad and shit, right?
When you said credit was bad?
Yeah, like black people should deal with it.
Some of FICO means.
Oh my god.
All this crazy shit, man.
FICO means Freddy Krueger incarcerated.
Some shit.
Yeah, but check the move. So I remember even now, like I'm behind in life because I still carried the street mentality. Some of the things over from that a little bit too far. You dig what I'm saying? Like, even though I wasn't in it no more, I wasn't putting things in my name because I was taught don't create a trail. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
it take a minute to break free of that shit, bro.
Limited in having bank accounts. Don't get no credit cards. You know what I mean? Like, don't put your name
live off the radar.
Right?
Live off the radar.
Right. Green dot card
that I never put my name on until recently.
Yeah.
This how crazy the shit was. I paid for that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm a barber now. I didn't even put my name on my application for barber school.
Oh my God.
I paid for that shit. Like, yo, street mentality, yo. Shit was nuts, yo. Like, cause I didn't want nothing to
come back.
Yeah, like, yo, like I ain't put my name on that.
Because you might have to shake. You might have to shake.
Exactly.
You gotta get low.
Yo, it's crazy. So I like when the chick was saying that, I'm like, yo, that's crazy because like I did Garfield credit thing, right? Now check the move. I got a house, right? That when my mother died, she still had a big ass mortgage on it, right?
Yeah.
It went to me. I never took it out my mother name, but I paid the shit the fuck off.
Yeah.
Nutty shit, right? I just got no credit for that. Switched over to my name. Like I'm coming out of this shit and I'm 40. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I opened a barbershop, right? My name ain't on it. I opened a salon. I put that in my girl name. You dig what I'm saying? Like just doing nutty shit now.
Crazy
like I'm
shit.
40, like, and I'm like, all right, I'm about to start flipping houses now. And I went to a financer. He like, yo, you don't got nothing in your name. But I'm like, I got money. He like, yo, it ain't nothing you can
Oh
do.
yeah, that means nothing.
You don't even file taxes, my nigga. What the I can't do shit with that. You feel me? Like, yo,
Hey,
I got
yo,
a studio. Yo, I got mad shit that I can't do nothing with, yo. Like,
Hey,
and now, like, I'm like, yo, I gotta build a paper trail. You know what I mean? I can make up the ground.
Hey,
I
Chef.
can make up the ground because I'm still smart. You feel me?
Hey, Chef.
Like,
yeah.
if I can do it without credit, then I can even do it even better with credit.
With
Harder.
credit, right? Hey,
You feel me? Like,
hey, Chef.
better.
Yeah, this will take 5 seconds. Hey, yo, people don't understand. Like when you're self-employed, it's actually harder to get things done because, like you said, you need a paper trail, and and they don't understand that when you're self-employed, you're going to get money that's trail that you could find a paper trail for, but some money would be cash. So you can make like 100 grand that year, but only like 50 would be recorded. Because the other 50 was straight cash. You know what I mean? Something like that. So it's kind of hard to get a certain loan because they ain't trying to hear you made 100 grand because you can't prove it. All you know,
Right.
all they know is that you could prove 50 grand. So when you're self-employed, anybody who's trying to do that, trust me, you're gonna have a hard time buying a car, getting a loan for a car.
No, a car easy. A car easy.
Now I'm saying like getting no, I'm saying getting a loan. Getting a loan for a car.
No, the car loans is the easiest thing to get.
I don't know.
I can walk in.
Not without
as long as I got $6,000.
Oh no, see, no, you talking about
Yeah,
cash. I ain't talking about that.
Money trump. Yeah, money trump all that.
Nah,
that
Chef,
shit.
I ain't talking about that, Chef. I'm talking about you might only have like 800 on you. Yeah, 800 on you, and the loan got to be the bulk of the coverage for the car. I'm talking about that type of stuff where all you got is something to put down, but it's not really a lot.
Oh, okay.
But without proof that you can make those payments, bro, you're not getting that car.
I don't know, yo. Like, cars has always been the easiest thing.
Trying to tell you, bro.
I got a bunch of cars.
Yeah, like
I got
they know when you good for it, yo. They'll find a bank that'll secure that loan for you. Cause they know this young dude.
That money. They'll just ask for a certain amount of money. It'd be like, listen, give me 4,000 or give me 6.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
It's a number mark. It's a number amount.
What I'm saying is this. The average American, white, black, Chinese, don't have $1,000 in the bank.
Right.
I feel what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? So when you buy a car, you got about 300, 500 on you only, and the car probably costs $9 grand. So they want to know, well, how do you plan on making these payments, and can you afford it? And you have to show some pay stubs. They're gonna want pay stubs. I'll tell you, man. I've been through it. They're gonna want pay stubs.
They'll make. Well, I ain't going. But look,
they'll make
yo. Yo, a car dealership will make you pay stubs, yo. That's how they eat, my dude. They get paid off of that commission. Once the bank give the car dealership the money for that loan, they get paid off of that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So however, if that bitch get repo, they don't care. They didn't got their money off of that bitch. You feel me? Like, they don't care if you get that bitch repo. Like, they could care less.
What I used to do, what I do, homies though, Chef though. I'm my homeboys about credit, and what I do to them niggas, I break it down straight drug turn. Like, listen, like credit is like if you come and I front you a pack, like I gotta know how much work I can give you. So I'm saying, like, you gotta show a bank like I can give you 20 bowls and you could come back and pay these 20 bowls. And if that, you know what I'm saying? If I can give you 20, then I might give you 40 because I know you good for 20. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't come get no work from me, and I just know you off the streets, I don't know how much work I can give you. So I'm not gonna give you a whole brick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't never seen you work a brick before.
Right.
You know exactly. And now when I break it down to them like that, they be like, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the credit person, that's the plug, bro. You gotta show the plug that you can get it all. You gotta show them I can handle this type of this amount of money and I can pay you back, bro. And like when I break it down to them like that, like they get it.
Yeah, that chick was talking crazy this morning. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, yo. Like that people actually, and I remember I wasn't like her. I was doing it for a whole nother reason. But it's just that teaching people that mentality, yo, like, I'm like, yo, it's crazy, yo. Because I didn't put myself behind and now I'm fighting hard as hell. You feel me? To like now I actually gotta file taxes, right? Now they gonna want to know what the hell I've been doing for the last 20 years.
For the past, exactly.
You feel me? Like, yo, all right, but why are you just filing taxes now and you 40? You feel me? You haven't been locked up. You dig what I'm saying? So you just started working. You just started taking care of yourself. You feel me? Like, come on now.
I got the same shit too. I ain't never filed tax. I ain't never.
So now I gotta fight through that. But the dude, the finance guy is actually walking me through it. So I'm good. He's showing me the ropes. He's showing me what the put on applications when I'm asked those questions. You dig what I'm saying? So you know, I'll be good. You know what I mean? I'll be good, but you know, it's an uphill battle. You dig what I'm saying? I'll be good within a year. You know what I mean? Now they got they got what you call hard money lenders that'll lend to me now. You feel me? Because made me put my house in my name. And my house is worth over $200-something thousand and it's paid for, so I got collateral. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm good on that tip, but like he said, yo, you don't want to start investments borrowing against your house. He like, why? If that motherfucker paid off, you feel me? The first thing you don't want to do is get another mortgage. You feel me? And you don't even know if your next business venture going to be profitable, right? Don't tie your, you know what I mean, yourself. I'm like, yo, that was a good, because other people was telling me, yo, just use your house. You feel me?
You know how Negroes do. You know how Negroes do. Flip that, because you flip it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yo, you got 200,000
but you know, like,
in your house. Niggas like, yo, you need to take that money straight out your house. Like, that's 250,000. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So you want me to go get a mortgage on my house that's paid for all over again.
And pay interest. And then pay interest like, on your own money.
Like, nah. Like, I don't even, like, this, like, I even know better than that without being that, you know what I mean? Like, come on now, I'm not gonna put myself, because I was always taught, right? You know what I mean? Like some street shit. It ain't how much money you make, it's how much money you spend. You feel me? Like if you only made $200 a day, try to keep as much as that, you know what I mean, as possible. So, you know, it is what it is. So I was always taught, like, it's certain things, like, don't get a whole bunch of bills. You feel me? If the majority of your money is getting paid out in bills, you're really not keeping too much for yourself. Like, I get all of that. Like, that's the type of stuff that I benefited from. You feel me? Like, because I still use it.
Shit that killed me. Shit that killed me was credit. Like, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I was brought up like, you don't get credit. That can slow you down. We pay buy it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pay it out right. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, that's what really killed me coming up. And I suffered the same thing. When Facebook came out, now I'm scared to death of Facebook. They start, I'm like, what? Niggas know my name and friends. I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So like, shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it take a while
to shake all
that
of
mentality,
shit.
Man. I was still reading. Yeah, I was still reading. I was still studying. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I was studying history. Wasn't nobody talking to me about financial literacy.
Right.